One of the gravest dangers to souls is religious truth commingled with error, especially when it comes from a trusted source. That's why sacred scripture warns us that a little leaven is all it takes to corrupt an entire lump. In our day, conservative churchmen routinely lead the faithful astray by mixing truth with error. Those of us who have a voice in Catholic media have a very serious obligation to confront these dangerous thoughts and ideas head on. And why? For the glory of God and the salvation of souls. Over the past year or so, it's become perfectly plain. The well-established traditional Catholic apostolates are no longer willing to do this necessary work. They've chosen instead to take a softer approach, applauding men of the council whenever they happen to speak the truth, while deliberately refraining from addressing the poisonous errors they so often dispense in the process, with the motive being to somehow curry favor with a conservative audience in the hopes that they might give tradition a closer look. I don't have to look back that many years to remember when I was not just part of the conservative conciliar church, I was out there actively promoting it. I was welcome in dioceses and parishes all over the country to stand up in defense of Vatican Council II. Well, at that time, I can recall very well being confronted by strong voices in traditional Catholicism who were not afraid to tell me that I was wrong. Weren't afraid to show me that even though that program is coming from the popes, no less, it's not Catholic. Did I accept it immediately? No. But in time, those persons became avenues of God's grace, and that's what led me to tradition. And I have to tell you, if not for those strong voices and those persons that weren't afraid to invite criticism and ridicule for speaking the truth, I don't think I'd be here speaking with you about Catholic tradition. Today, there's an obvious lack of media outlets that are willing to give a voice to those longtime defenders of tradition, that are willing to ask hard questions, to tell difficult truths, and to criticize popular figures when criticism is due. And so it's clear, a great need exists in the church today for a new traditional Catholic newspaper. The Catholic Inquisitor, a print publication committed to disseminating the truths of the faith and defending them from every attack, in charity, without compromise, regardless of the source. Now, there's a place for online traditional content, to be sure, but let's be honest. Our online attention span is pretty limited. We believe that an in-depth treatment of the issues at hand is often necessary today, and delivered in a format that is much more suitable for study, for meditation, and prayerful reflection. The office of the Inquisitor in the Church, one that was once held by our patron, Pope St. Pius V, was charged with seeking out heresy and identifying by name those who were promoting it, not in spite of their popularity with the faithful, but precisely because of it. We are going to do the work of the Inquisitor in the pages of this newspaper, while also providing the spiritual content that's necessary to help readers grow in virtue and in holiness. The groundwork for this important effort has been done. We've also assembled a very strong lineup of contributors: Cornelia Ferreira, Dr. Peter Chojnowski, the world-renowned investigative journalist Randy Engel, and others. The one thing that we still need is you. And here's what you can do to make it happen. Sign up for a subscription today. In order to launch the Inquisitor, we need 1,000 subscribers. Our goal is to exceed this milestone within the next 30 days, at which point production will begin in earnest, and the first monthly edition will arrive on your doorstep just a few weeks later. Spread the word however you can, on social media, via email, and good old-fashioned telephone calls. Reach out to every traditionally inclined Catholic you know. Explain why the Inquisitor is so desperately needed in our day, and encourage them to get involved as well. Consider purchasing gift subscriptions for family members and friends, or perhaps a parish priest who favors tradition but is overwhelmed by his day-to-day activities. Let's get the truth in front of them. This could be the very avenue of grace that our Lord uses to bring them to tradition. We also need donors and benefactors, from layout to full-color printing, mailing services, web design. It takes a lot of talented people working very hard, and the expenses are considerable, but they're well worth it. Your donation will help the Catholic Inquisitor to flourish and to grow, allowing us to proclaim the truth far and wide, and to defend Catholic tradition from every attack, no matter how popular the source may be. So please join us. I'm confident that in short order, together, our contributing writers, subscribers, and donors, will create a publication that all of us can be proud of, and one that by God's grace will lead many souls back to Catholic tradition. Thank you very much.